It has been over a month since Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris would have announced the dissolution of Parliament and the dismissal of cabinet ministers who withdrew their support for him as Prime Minister. But debate continues as to whether the Prime Minister's actions were considered ethical and in accordance with the spirit of the Constitution. For political analyst Peter Wickham, Dr. Harris's decision is not a matter of political ethics, but rather a good political move.
I think it was a good political move. I mean, I've heard suggestions that it was unconstitutional, and I certainly would encourage persons who are of that view to challenge it, all the way to the Privy Council and see how far they would get. I had also heard that there was a prominent Queen's Counsel who offered an opinion that suggested that a Prime Minister or Governor General in this situation had an obligation to identify an alternative person as leader. And again, I think that logic is highly unsound, and I'm not quite sure who would have proffered such a view and on what basis. My sense is that the constitutionality of what the Prime Minister has done is not in question. The Prime Minister has the power to do exactly what he did, and he did just that. We can't say that it is undemocratic in a situation where he was elected as Prime Minister or he was selected as Prime Minister. He won an election in which he campaigned to lead a coalition, and he won that. And the understanding is that he exercises all the powers of a Prime Minister, and those are the powers. So the questions as to lack of democracy, I don't identify with it.
That view was not shared by Sam Conda, former Deputy Prime Minister and leader of government business in the National Assembly, in a recent interview with SKN Newsline.
The Governor General should not agree to turn away 6 of the 9 elected members of Parliament. Governor General could have dissolved the House. That cannot be a consideration. You can form a government with 6 people helping you to form the government, and when you form the government, you dismiss them and continue as the government as usual. That is undemocratic. That is unconstitutional.
A caretaker government has been in place since the dissolution of Parliament, comprising mainly 5 members of the originally constructed cabinet. After the June 2020 general election, a group of non-governmental organizations comprising the St. Kitts Christian Council, the Nevis Christian Council, the St. Kitts Evangelical Association, the Nevis Evangelical Association, the St. Kitts Nevis Chamber of Industry and Commerce, and the St. Kitts and Nevis Bar Association have issued a joint communique to all political parties and candidates, urging adherence to an updated code of conduct leading into the general elections expected before the 9th of August. In an open letter to Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris, the NGO group raised several concerns, noting observations have been made of actions and activities that could affect confidence in the electoral system, create social instability, and which could undermine the respect for true democracy and the rule of law. I'm Andre Huey for SKN Newsline.
Dr. Patricia Bartlett, a Nevis Reformation Party declared candidate for the federal elections, has spoken about the fair share as proposed by Premier Mark Brantley. A guest on the NRP show, Your Voice with the NRP, aired on Vaughan Radio, NRP's federal candidate Dr. Bartley contended that Premier Mark Brantley, a former minister who served in the Team Unity Coalition government, that fair share policy has little to do with the people of Nevis.
That call for fair share is just, as I would have termed it within recent times, it's just a red herring. They brought up the term and we'll just use it for convenience. It is a red herring because we know the reason why he's making a fuss now is because he wants money that he doesn't have to account for. Because for a set of people who like to leak, they have been leaking everything. Mm-hmm. We are still not seeing the letter that he said that he would have presented to the Prime Minister requesting additional amounts, and even then, after he would have requested the initial amount, the extra in the first quarter, he has not come to Nevis people and say, well, we have gotten an extra whatever it was, because he doesn't think that he should have to account for the money. But everybody should jump behind him and say, oh yes, the issue is fair share, as if we can't see that it is not about fair share for Nevisians. Because it has never been about fair share for Nevisians. I made the point last night, and I think it worth repeating. It was never about fair share for Nevision. Look at all of the actions he would have taken over the years. It was never about fair share for Nevisians. So we are going to buy that.
According to Dr. Bartlett, CCM is disrespecting the Constitution and accuses CCM of a lack of accountability on the issue of CBI funds. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline.
When visiting St. Martin, you want clean, affordable accommodations. You need Midtown Motel in the heart of Phillipsburg, a place where you can relax, take a stroll on Great Bay Beach, and that provides you easy access to great shopping. Midtown Motel, located on Front Street, Phillipsburg, St. Martin. Call Midtown Motel at 721-542-0614 and book your stay today.
The SKN Newsline website now offers you more news. Log on to www.sknnewsline.com for local, regional, and international news. You can also watch the latest newscast and keep abreast with news in sports, all from sknnewsline.com. That's www.sknnewsline.com. News at your fingertips. Nestled between evergreen mountains and the Caribbean Sea on the island of St. Kitts is the Millhouse Guest House and Convention Center. With breathtaking views, a rugged, beautiful shoreline, and immaculate manicured gardens make this the perfect location for your holiday, event, or wedding. With a large convention center, apartments with balconies providing stunning views, and a secluded cottage for larger family groups or honeymooning couples looking for some privacy. We have something for everyone. Book your stay at www.millhouseskn.com or visit our Facebook page, the Millhouse Guest House and Convention Center, an oasis of tranquility.
Dr. Terence Drew, leader of the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party, has been talking about a different approach to the use of marijuana and its inclusion in the economic integrity of the Federation. But in a recent speech at a public meeting in Hertfordshire, he warned listeners of proposed plans of the incumbent People's Labour Party. Dr. Drew was speaking on the issue of marijuana, Rastafarian's youth development, when he made reference to the PLP. He advised listeners to reject the plans on marijuana coming from a competing party in the general elections.
So you will not be left out. You will not be marginalized. You will be given fair opportunity. And that is why I'm saying that we have to look seriously at that. But I want to tell you what Harris is planning tonight. I know, is planning a particular type of legislation. But it's not, don't take him on. It is an election gimmick. Because he's going to come and say he's going to do this with marijuana and free up this and free up that. But we know it is all an election gimmick. Because we know that there's a big farm that is being developed in Phillips's Mountain. So that when he free it up, who you think gonna make the big profit? Who you think gonna make the big profit? Who you think gonna make the big profit? They don't want to give the other people none. What about the Rasta man them who been growing it for years? Now the thing coming lucrative as a medical plant. Give them a chance to make something now, man. Give them a chance to make something now, man. You want to take everything? You want MRI? You want ice machine? You want tent? You want CBI? You want land? You want this? You want that? Well, nothing for anybody else. Nothing for anybody else. And that is why I'm saying to the young man, when Harris come with his nonsense about marijuana, tell him don't come with no election gimmick. Because Labour got the real plan for you. The real plan for you. And so I want to say to the Rasta men that Labour respects you.
While some tentative steps have been taken towards forming a medical marijuana industry, there have been no major progress on the matter over the past 4 years. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline.
St. Kitts and Nevis could become the epicenter of aquatic sport and other indoor sporting activities in the Eastern Caribbean with the realization of CJS Fitness and Wellness Sports Center, CJSC. The facility is earmarked for construction in the vicinity of the old sugar factory off the F.T. Williams Highway. The visionary behind the project is Calvin James, an engineer from St. Kitts and Nevis with a wealth of international experience.
Well, CJS Fitness and Wellness Sports Center is a very diverse project that's entailed several areas in the well-being of humans. This vision came into being over 10 years ago, and we have been working behind the scenes, so to speak, within the diaspora to develop this particular area, having been given first opportunity so to do.
Mr. James is not working alone. He has a team of persons working in various fields relevant to the project. Darian Fleming is the senior architect and director of the project. He explained the design concept and why the site was chosen for the project.
The project mainly is a multi-purpose facility. It will have many amenities, including an Olympic-sized swimming pool, hotel, close proximity to the airport. It will have gym-based activities, a sports museum, a St. Sugar Manufacturing Corporation museum. So it's really a plethora of different activities that will be taking place here. The land area is approximately 4 acres in size. As you mentioned, the water tank is a part of the construct of what it is we look to utilize here. As a matter of fact, the cooling pond area, which used to be just behind the old factory school, is the actual location or place on the site where we'll be having the Olympic-sized swimming pool. So it sort of takes a marker from what was there previously.
Financial advisor to the project is Eustace Esdale. He pointed to the economic benefits of the project not just to the principals and shareholders, but to the country at large.
Because this, I guarantee you, will be a strong economic impact for the Federation. Yeah. I may also add, I don't know if you're going to ask this, but I may also add that we are thinking of the cost of doing this of upwards of $40 million US. Yeah? Once you have the injection of that into the economy, $40 million US into the economy, the economists have long said that there is a multiplier effect. So when you invest $40 million US, it doesn't remain 40 million. There might be a multiplier of maybe between 1.5 to 5. So 40 million runs into 200 million or somewhere in between.
According to information from the project principals, CJSC world-class multiplex aquatic facility will facilitate fitness, wellness and rehab programs for children from age 5 as well as adults and groups, including the physically challenged. The facility will provide indoor court games including basketball, volleyball, netball, table tennis, squash and a bowling alley. CJSC will also facilitate local, regional and international swim meets, seasonal training, exhibition and aquatic shows. More information on the project will be released at a later time.
Online radio has never been this great. It's Voice of the Caribbean Radio at voiceofthecaribbean.net. Tune into Voice of the Caribbean Radio for great Caribbean programs, news, entertainment, sports, and current affairs. Wake up each morning and be inspired with One Day at a Time with Kim Huey. Stay abreast with news across the Caribbean and internationally with the Caribbean News Hour and be entertained with shows like Reggaeville, Caribbean Classics, and Jive Music Show. Visit our website, download our Android mobile app, or listen us on TuneIn Radio. There is so much more on Voice of the Caribbean Radio, reaching the Caribbean and beyond. Check website or app for program schedule.
Are you ready to create high-performing TV commercials?
Ready.
Ready. Ready. Create and tell compelling stories. Reach your target audience. And build brand awareness. Our strategies and execution will provide for your desired outcome and clearly represent your brand. Visit us at www.MakeByOpen.com and get started on your creative video commercial today. Lights, camera, open interactive.
Auto Plus Car Wash, located on the College Street Gut, Bastyr, St. Kitts. Bring your car to Auto Plus Car Wash to remove water stains, wiper marks. Get your doors, roof panel cleaned, seat floor mats, buffing, headlights, and engine wash. You get quality service at the best price at Auto Plus Car Wash. They really care for your car. Call 765-5140 or visit them on the College Street Gut, Bastyr, St. Kitts. Auto Plus Car Wash, where the service is number one.
Can you believe all the ings we can fit under one roof? We're here to help your small business any way we can.
Welcome back. We are getting a glimpse into the desperation faced by Cubans every day, thanks to a video posted by a frustrated mother that has gone viral.
So many people have seen and shared her post that even the Cuban government has taken notice. Local 10's Hatzel Vela is live to explain the state's reaction. Hatzel.
Nicole, the video was posted just 4 days ago, and already it's been shared close to 15,000 times. If you talk to folks on the island, they'll tell you it's because people can understand and connect to what she's saying. This is new video from CNN as she shows up to a meeting with the Cuban government. Frustration over lack of food and basic necessities from a Cuban mother who took to Facebook to post this video that has gone viral. Amelia Calzadilla, the mother of three, urges other Cuban mothers to speak up, wondering how much more they can take. Her complaint about her exorbitant power bill turned into a laundry list of grievances against the government. On Wednesdays, she says, power outages keep her daughters from going to school because she cannot cook for them. We want to live in dignity, she says, adds Cubans should not have to rely on family living abroad to survive. And tells us she doesn't fear being arrested for simply speaking out. We reached out to other Cubans on the island. Known government critics who say this was a genuine expression of frustration many are feeling on the island. She's merely a symptom of the worsening situation in a disastrous regime. Earlier today, after meeting with government officials, Calzadilla talks to foreign press, says she first wants to get home to her kids. But she has vowed to go back on social media and talk about that meeting that she had with the government. By the way, no surprise here, folks on the island tell us that the government is already using its state-run media to try and discredit her. For now, reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Hatzel Vela, Local 10 News.
A lot of people probably want to hear that update. Thank you, Hatzel. For much more on this story, go to local10.com. And for coverage in Spanish, local10.com and Espanol. Log on to local10.com/Espanol.
Now for the details, Grenada's Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell has said that the island's citizenship by investment program should not be tampered with. His comments at a public political rally in rural St. Andrews Sunday seems to be a reference to narratives in Grenada that the opposition campaign is partly being funded by citizenship investment firm Henley and Partners. There is no way to verify the claims, and the opposition National Democratic Congress has been silent on the issue during the current campaign.
Would CBI be funding your campaign in any way?
I don't know that CBI would be funding my campaign in any way. But I would say this to you, given what I've said about the CBI campaign, if there are persons in the CBI who wish to donate to the National Democratic Congress, I will certainly accept the funds. Because I've said
Henley and Partners were dropped by Grenada as one of its main agents more than 6 years ago. It has been previously linked with financing political campaigns in the region before. NDC leader Deacon Mitchell's law firm has been associated with the CBI program before he entered politics. An incumbent-linked video advertisement had suggested a link between Henry and Partners and Dickens' law firm. On Sunday, Prime Minister Mitchell seemed to take on the issue.
We declare tonight that the CBI program must be run and managed with no inherent conflict by people who oversee that program, and with no loyalty, and the only loyalty is to the people of Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique. There are those who have their friends who believe they want to control this country of ours. We are welcoming people to all and sundry, but you must come here and respect the people of this land. Who want to sell out this country will not come through the new National Party.
The Grenadian leader once again touted the experience of his team in contrast to that of the challenger, whose political leader is a newcomer and whose lineup boasts many novices.
This campaign has boiled down to one simple choice. And that choice is between a team, yes, with some flaws, that is the NNP. Because we are not perfect. But with a record of enviable achievements. And an alternative, which at best, we do not know anything about their abilities. And at worst, their collective record of personal achievement and leadership at various levels is questionable and worrying, sisters and brothers.
On the penultimate weekend of campaigning ahead of the June 23 vote, the incumbent NNP staged two major rallies, one featuring entertainment from two Jamaican Jamil and Popcan. On Sunday, Vincentian gospel artist Bridget Blocher was the main performer at a gospel-themed rally.
Somebody testify. You gotta get up. Go to the polls. Go to the polls. Aye, aye.
Young Jamaican MP and member of the ruling Jamaica Labour Party, Rod Moy Crawford, who defeated Peter Bunton in the last Jamaica elections, appeared on the ruling party's platform in Grenada. She scoffed at anyone who claimed that she was interfering.
I hear some people asking, why so many people flying in from the Caribbean? But let me tell you what you're going to tell them when they ask you that. Tell them it is one Caribbean, and none of us are okay unless all of us are okay. And let them know that we are as strong as our weakest link.
Tribal clashes over the past week in Sudan's war-ravaged Darfur have killed around 100 people, the UN Refugee Agency and tribal elders confirmed Monday in the latest surge in violence in the restive region. According to UNHCR, fighting grew out of a land dispute between Arab and African tribes in the town of Kolbos in the West Darfur province. Local Arab militias then attacked multiple villages in the area, forcing thousands of people to flee. Abkar Al-Toum, who is a tribal leader in the town, said the dead included at least 62 bodies found burned after militia set more than 20 villages on fire. He further confirmed that many people were still unaccounted for. Other sources also claim the attackers gained control of water resources, aggravating the humanitarian situation in the area. The fighting was the latest bout of tribal violence in Darfur, and it came as the country remains mired in a wilder crisis following an October military coup. The The takeover appended Sudan's transition to democracy after a popular uprising forced the removal of long-term leader Omar al-Bashir in April 2019.
A chorus of anger from protesters outside London's Court of Appeal as a judge gave the green light for the first flight of refugees and migrants to Rwanda. Rights groups say it includes people who had escaped war in Afghanistan and Syria, and being flown more than 6,000 kilometres away will traumatise them further.
They've suffered incredibly. They've seen family members killed. They've had torture themselves. They are tired. They're at the end of their tether. They're finding detention incredibly traumatising, and the thought of a further deportation halfway across the road is absolutely terrifying for them.
UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson says the deportation strategy will undermine people smuggling networks and deter refugees from making dangerous journeys to Britain. The United Nations Refugee Agency hit back, saying Rwanda's human rights record is under scrutiny and the UK is shirking responsibility.
This is all wrong. This is all wrong, this deal. You know, it is the foundation of the right to asylum that people that are on a country's territory, especially a country that is a signatory to the convention and has the institutions to deal with that.
In April, Home Secretary Priti Patel visited Kigali to finalise the project and potentially send tens of thousands of people there. The deal includes a payment of about $150 million to the Rwandan government. So far this year, 10,000 migrants and refugees made the crossing from mainland Europe to the UK, and 28,000 last year. In November, 27 people drowned when their dinghy deflated, and many more have had to be rescued from the Channel's busy shipping lanes. Some of those who risked their lives will leave on the first flight on Tuesday, but there may not be many on it. A series of individual legal challenges mean only a few of the 130 people notified will leave. And the government continues to face pressure from activists, rights groups and unions who insist the move is unlawful. Laura Baden-Manley, Al Jazeera.
The Young Sugar Boys departed the Federation on Monday en route to Honduras, where they'll be participating in the CONCACAF Under-20 tournament, which starts later this month. On Sunday, during the final training session at the Warner Park, coach Kevin Welch spoke on how their months-long preparation have gone and expressed confidence they are ready to perform well in this competition.
The preparations have gone very well. There were players that have little nicks and knacks, but they're fully fit and ready to embark on this new journey into their lives.
He said from a fitness standpoint, he believes they have done well. And even though the group they will be competing in is a tough one, he has no fear their performance will stand true to the test ahead.
From where we were at the start to where we are now, the players are collectively ready, fully fit to deal with any particular situation that we may encounter out there during this tournament. Well, we have the quality, and we expect to do well while we're there.
St. Kitts and Nevis will play in Group E with the USA, Canada and Cuba. Their first match is against the USA this Saturday, June 18th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
Skipper, firstly, are we going to see much more of Nicholas Puran, the off spinner?
For sure. You know, today was amazing for me, and the guys in the dressing room know I'm going to talk a lot about it. You know, especially pressure Akil and Hayden about getting wickets for us, because today these fingers work. But yeah, definitely today it worked. So now I'm not gonna get overconfident. Just hopefully there's 2 left-handers, and then the next series I can bowl as well.
We knew that Pakistan would be a different challenge to the Netherlands. What positives will you be taking from this series?
The positives is definitely characters. The different characters shown by the players, especially coming out here in 45 degrees temperature. A lot of guys got sick as well, and we keep fighting. We said from the beginning of the tournament we're gonna stick together. No matter what the result, we're gonna stick together, and that's what happened. A lot of people will be upset that we lost. A lot of people will bash us as well that we lost. But to me, I felt like we got really close as a team. It's my second tour as a captain, and I felt like we were actually really building a family here, and that's a positive we're gonna take. Hopi leading with the bat again, Azari leading with the ball, Akil again showing that he's world class. Shema Brooks is coming into his own, so there's a lot of positives. Kevin Paul is back in the team as well, and he did well today. Young Jaden Seals, Anderson Phillip. I think we had despite the results, we had a good showing, especially the first game. I think looking forward, we're definitely gonna be winning some games, and hopefully make you guys proud.
In terms of the batting, we seem to struggle a little bit when Shea Hope doesn't get off at the top. Just a word on how valuable and essential he is to this team.
Yeah, he's definitely, for the last couple of years, he's been the leader of our batting, and he's been doing fantastic. But we definitely need to buck up on ourselves. Myself especially, in the last 10-12 innings I haven't scored in ODI cricket, and I'm very disappointed in myself as well. I'm looking forward to start back scoring runs in ODI cricket, and hopefully that changes as well, and I can start back doing what I'm accustomed to doing in the middle overs. For West Indies, hopefully the other guys, we could continue stringing along partnerships, and that could be the start of something special for us as a team.
We got really close in the first match, and not so close in the second match. Tonight again we had a chance to win, but just how much character has this team shown, and what do you think we have to do to get over the line in series like this in the future?
Yes, we stressed on the characteristics of different players here, and it showed a fight. They showed a fight tonight, but in saying that, I felt like a lot of decisions didn't go our way, and that's something we can't control. But in the future, if we can if we can get some decisions going our way as well, then we could obviously continue building partnerships, and things can continue going our way. But for this team, we have a lot of work to do. I believe with hard work obviously brings a bit of luck as well, and this is just a start for us, and I think that the future is bright for us as a team. But we're taking it step by step, and we're going to be very patient. Pakistan team was once like us. They were losing, and they're probably very consistent now as a team, but it takes time, and we need everyone to understand that everything in life takes time, and we as a team understand that, and we're trying to get closer off the field, and that's the first step. So I'm looking forward to the Bangladesh series, and hopefully we give a good showing on ourselves here.
Some of the guys will be playing against Bangladesh obviously before you, the red ball guys. Just a word for them, just give them some good wishes going forward.
Get wickets, make runs, be smart. Coming from these conditions, obviously it took a toll on every single one, even Dario, coach, everyone. But be smart, and I wish them all the best. I wish the test team all the best. I'm looking forward to getting a series victory against Bangladesh. They have been really good test cricket as well. But we're looking forward for these guys to perform, and make us continue to make us proud, and we'll be watching.
Thanks, Skipper.
Yeah.
Welcome to the SKN Newsline Weather Report. I am Janil Boone. Here is a look at the forecast for St. Kitts and Nevis. More detailed weather report, visit our website at www.sknnewsline.com.